Destination Imagination is a program for kids kindergarten through university level.
It was a way to teach kids how to solve problems in a different way.
DI is basically a creative problem solving organization, and basically you're given a problem and you're supposed to solve it, and there's different scoring aspects to it.
It's about taking the problem and taking a problem that seems big, seems too big for you to even grasp, to even think about, and breaking it down into something that's doable.
So looking at the challenges and coming up with solutions, my team always did the fine arts challenges.
I don't think there's a good definition for what DI is. I think over the years we've gotten it down to a few good sentences, but nothing can really encompass what it is to be a part of DI unless you experience it.
What's really great about Destination Imagination is that it is a kid driven program. So what it means is that the student makes all of the choices and the team makes all of the choices for themselves. Although they have an adult who acts as their team manager, the students get to make their own choices. So first that starts with learning about, there are 6 general challenges, 1 in the fine arts, 1 in the sciences, engineering, technology, improv, and 1 in service learning.
So the first year I started the Rising Stars, their challenge was to learn about simple machines and complex machines, and they had to incorporate both simple machines and complex machines into a challenge in which someone saved the day.
Teams decide what they want to work on. Some teams do lean more towards fine arts, but if they do, then they are challenged in the technology field by having to have something in their performance that is technology based. And for those teams that lean science based, they are challenged to perform their solution in front of people.
So once we pick our final challenge or problem, we decide our script, our story, what our set's going to look like, what our costumes are going to look like, and over a few month period, we create that and get ready to perform in front of judges for our solution to the problem. I remember one challenge, I think it was 6th grade, when at some point in our skit we had to have the lights completely turn off, and we had to use our own lighting to perform our skit. And I think the way we got around that was we told the story, part of it at least, through shadow puppets.
We started in 2nd grade and we were clueless, like we didn't know what to do. Like as we got older, we saw, we went to more tournaments and stuff. We saw people doing different stuff, like the older teams from our town. We watched them and kind of helped us learn more. And then we took things from previous years that we did well and expanded on them. One of our main things in all of our years was we used puppets as a way to, I guess, add some comedy to our presentations, because every year we got good feedback on them, so we just kept doing it. Every year they loved it, so so every year we just made these little puppets. If you go out in the world and you need to solve a problem quickly, like you just think back to DI and that helps you.
A reason I think DI is so important for our students today is just the chance to be able to be creative. I've had a lot of chances to work with students, and giving them the chance to just be creative and use materials that they may not be allowed to use, or to see how household materials can just be used in so many different ways, and there's so many ideas that they can come up with. I think that the continuing to have creativity as part of our education is just really important for kids.
Just based on my experience with DI, it definitely taught me how to cooperate with other people, and I think a lot of the kids are starting to learn that too, is when you can't get your way or you disagree with someone else's way, you can't just say, no, I don't like that. You have to have something else to back it up. I also think it's teaching them how to be like investigators. It's teaching them how to ask questions. It's teaching them to think critically and to consider the fact that unless someone tells you you can't do it, then you can't do it.
I think what it comes down to is that there's no good definition for DI because everyone gets something different out of it. For me, I learned how to work with a team and write a script. For others, they learned how to sew, and others, they learned how to act in front of a crowd. And I think there's so many good lessons and skills that you can get from this program that there's not one way to describe it. And I think that's totally okay because it's a program that's so open-ended that people can learn anything from it. What it really comes down to is you get out of it as much as you put in. And over these 10 years that I've been in this program, I think I've just learned so many skills that I can't describe it in a couple words.
You have anything to say about your GI experience?